Look at me. I'm clearly on the bleeding edge of a depressive episode. I'm still in pain. I still feel terrible. I've been eating nothing but garbage. And I have that Winnie the Pooh dark cloud just over my head. A couple days ago, one of my subscribers was kind enough to ask me about my writing. I mentioned it in a video. I don't even remember doing that really. And asked me if I had anything, if I'd been published or could share it. I was very flattered. But it sent me down a little spiral, a little thinking pattern that like, why don't I? Why haven't I posted anything? Why aren't I investing in this? I got sober again about 5 months ago. And for those of you who haven't been through the recovery tract, it's worth it, especially if you have a problem. It's worth doing. But one of the things that happens the first couple months, sometimes it's quicker for some people than others, you have this burst of energy, you know? Everything feels exciting and pregnant with possibility. You're abundantly creative. You're abundantly focused and energetic. You feel like you can do literally anything. And why shouldn't you feel that way? You had just been handicapping yourself to the extreme with chemicals. And now you're not. And you just got your legs back under you. It's like taking a weighted vest off your body and your mind. You can move again. You're fast, you're strong, you're free. Then the next thing happens. You start trying to direct some of that energy. You start trying to use it for something productive. And I can only describe it as a sort of existential dread. Once you begin putting things together, once you begin putting pieces in place, everything that you're doing, you hit your first wall of obstacles. And they're not even serious obstacles, you know? And everything you're doing feels equally pointless. This is a mind virus. That's what this is. Like, because of course, everything isn't equally pointless, right? But it's like the worst and least inspired thing that you have to do in a day, and the thing you're most excited about and most enjoy feel exactly the same. And I wish I was exaggerating about this. Like, they feel identical. They feel interchangeable. I'd call it depression. I'd call it hopelessness. But you just quit drinking. So you just got out of real depression, real hopelessness. And this is like a lowercase version of that. And it's hard to get out of that muck. I've gotten out of it before, but I'm in it now. So for me to lecture you on how to get out of it would be a little disingenuous. And yeah, the writing, you know, like intermittently when I wasn't trying to drink myself to death, I fancied myself a writer, and I have quite a few poems put together. And I've been trying in this bout of sobriety to kind of run a comb through them and come up with something to do with them. And it feels pointless. That's my point. Boom. It feels like work. Like today I have to go and prep in a kitchen, and editing these poems and prepping in the kitchen, the same thing, you know, except I get paid for one of them. And even the money, I just give the money away. I don't care about it at all. That that feels the same too, you know? So, long story short, my friend, whose name I forget, who asked after my writing, thank you, I appreciate you. And in the next couple days, I'm gonna run a comb through it. I'm gonna post one. I'll tag you in it, you know? And you can tell me what you think, right? And it only feels pointless. That's the thing. Like we're creative beings. We're humanity, people are creative. That's why we're the top of the food chain on this planet, because we invite complexity and we utilize it. You know, I was thinking about Christopher Nolan's movie Tenet and how everyone hated it because it was too complicated, which is ironic because it's about entropy or reverse entropy. And there's a magic MacGuffin in the movie. There's a magic machine that reverses entropy on objects. And it's hilarious because the opposite of entropy is complexity. It strives towards greater and greater complexity. And that's what we are. We're not magic MacGuffins. We're reverse entropy machines. That's what people are. And the machine in his story is a stand-in for us. We create, we invent, we revel in complexity. They missed the whole point. They missed the whole point of that story. That's my point. They blew it. And that's okay, man, because it was complex and the sound editing sucked. And I get being annoyed with that. You know, there's gripes about that movie too. There are gripes. And they're legit. So yeah, this isn't a defense of Tenet. This is a statement so that I'll have something to be accountable for. That I'm going to post some poetry on here. And it's got nothing to do with squatting. And I'm still going to squat every day. I'm not going to stop that because I love that. It does just feel like work though. Because it is. It is work. That's why it feels like, oh shit. I just had a little baby epiphany. Anyway. I'm taking today off. But I'm going to do the squat. I'm going to show you one squat. My daily minimum. And I gotta heal. I gotta do some healing. My hands still feel awful. Just awful. And stiff. Like, well, that looks better than it did yesterday. Like I could barely close them yesterday. It's not a good sign. That's it for today. Right? I'm gonna show you my squat in a minute. Stay tuned for that. It's gonna be gripping. And yeah, let's reverse entropy, right? Let's do that together. Or at least try to. Don't give up. This is Joe in real life. I love you guys. Be good to each other today. I'm going to try hard to do the same. Ugh.